welcome to Blessed Violence.
Oh, yeah. Blessed Violence.
And welcome to this episode of Blessed Violence, as we're going to recap UFC Fight Night, Sandhagen versus Font. And I don't know about you guys, I thoroughly enjoyed this fight night in Nashville. And I think you made the comment earlier, Wes, that anytime they go to a place outside of the Apex for a fight night, it always seems it's better.
They always stack it up for the fans.
At the Apex.
It seems like they kind of stack it like pay-per-view.
Hey, I'm not gonna buy a ticket to a fight to get some boring fights.
That's true. And Sandhagen's a big name. Rob Font is still a big name there, even though he won his last fight. He's fallen on some hard times here in the last few, but man, it was. I enjoyed the prelims. Even start. I don't know if we could pull those up. I mean, there was like 4 or 5 fights in a row that were just amazing. Let's see here.
Are these
right there? Starting at the Cody Durden and Jake Hadley. That was amazing.
That one
fight.
was a good one.
Is that the one where they swapped submission positions
Yes.
they just
5 times in a row?
Hadley had a deep arm bar and like a triangle kind of.
Before that, he was in a deep triangle choke.
Yeah, and it was crazy. I don't know. And so, I mean,
It's crazy.
Durden cut Hadley open bad in the first round, and it was that was crazy. That was pretty wild. But that fight was amazing. The Billy Quarantino and Damian Jackson fight. I thought Damian Jackson was going to lose outright.
It's Damon.
Damon. Oh, what did I say? Damien.
Damien.
Yeah, you said Damon.
Damon Jackson.
Damone.
I mean, he killed him in the first round. I mean, that was a really good round by Jackson, and I think Billy's cardio came out and just showed out.
From what I saw, me and Ethan during the prelims, we were eating dinner, so they had the fights playing on the screen where we were at, so we were able to watch some of it. What I saw from this fight, I was like, Billy Q, he was getting hit with everything.
Yeah.
Every single strike that Jackson was throwing was landing.
Yeah, Jackson is known as a grappler, but man, his striking was top tier in this fight. So he did well. That was awesome. Billy come back to win.
It was because of the cardio.
It was the cardio. I
Billy
think
Q held that same pace throughout the entire fight, but Jackson, he kind of puckered out.
Yeah, he did. And then the fight above that, one of the biggest comebacks I think of this year so far is Carlston Harris coming back and beating Jeremiah Wells, who
I thought for sure Carlston was going to tap out in the first or second round?
Yeah, he got dominated so bad the first 2 rounds and then literally puts Jeremiah Wells to sleep.
I think Jeremiah Wells, he just made a mistake.
He made one mistake, and it cost him the whole fight. He went to sleep.
Yeah.
Did you see his leg was like twitching when he went out? I hate that.
He was completely out.
Yeah, he was asleep. He was snoring. He woke up like, what just happened? Like, you just got choked out, Bubba. So
And the ref went in there, shook his hand, and he was like, "Oh, he's out."
Yeah, he's out. He was out. Blood circulation was cut off.
Carlston is from Guyana. Never heard of that place.
It's not Guyana.
Guyana?
It's Guyana.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, I've still never heard of it.
I corrected you on a word. I feel
that's
confident.
the first time ever.
It is.
It
I
is?
promise. I mean, Guyana. That's literally the things put together.
Okay.
All right. Here we go.
Yeah, but you're not pronouncing it how they would in
Guyana,
Africa
Guyana?
or wherever that is.
It is. It's.
I think, or could be Guyana.
Okay. Here we go.
Guyana.
Oh, Guyana.
Not Guyana.
What did you say?
Saying like you're from
I
West
said
Virginia.
Guyana.
Go on. So it is
Guyana.
So
Guyana. Okay. Well, I mean, I
guess
was
both
close.
of us are
We were
kinda
both
correct.
wrong.
Yeah, you were closer. Wes was just completely wrong.
Yeah.
I got the back half right.
Teachers in school would call it Guyana. So Guyana. Okay. So I think it's in Africa, right? Or is it South America? I think
I've never heard of that place before.
it's a country in South America.
Really?
Yeah.
What's its
in South America.
neighboring countries? Geography lessons.
Yeah, here we go. Geography lessons. Let's see. Guyana map. It is beside. Oh, time out. Yep, South America. It borders Venezuela, Brazil,
Oh, it's in the
Suriname.
northern part.
It's-
Okay, it's in
It's
this
kind of
little
in between them.
group of
Yeah,
countries up there. Okay,
yeah,
I know what
Yep,
you're
yep.
talking about.
yeah.
Cool.
So sweet. Yeah, I mean, he come back, choked him out. That was nice.
It's
Then
crazy.
the fight after that, Kyler Phillips That was a close fight, I thought. I thought Kyler Phillips took it. And that was into our prelims. Our prelims were stinking close.
Prelims were good.
And prelims were good. And then starting us off here in the main card. This
Ludova
Klein. It's Klein. He is from Slovakia. I keep wanting to say Slovenia, but they're close. They're not far apart either. In Chile. How you say that guy's name, Wes?
Ignacio
Bahamondes.
I think it's pronounced Chile.
Bahamondes. This was a closer fight too. I think Klein kind of just pulled it out at the end of the rounds. I think he won 30-27 or 29-28. That was this was a really good fight. I enjoyed these first two fights, which we'll get into the light heavyweight one here in a moment. They were 3-rounders, but they were competitive. They were good. I think
just looking at the stats.
Yeah, just looking at the stats. When you land 94, 62, 3 out of 5 takedowns, significant strikes are close. One guy, Klein, was a lot more accurate than his counterpart. So
62% compared to 37. Yeah,
which actually
with 3 takedowns.
The other guy threw more strikes. It's just they didn't land.
They didn't land, and he's the longer, taller fighter. So Klein had to get inside his reach, which is hard to do. So
and he had a couple takedowns.
Yeah, kind of shows his IQ of getting inside. He also was the most ripped guy on the card, I think.
I don't know. Jeremiah Wells was looking on the main card.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he was. He was looking he's swole. But they do say it's not when you're a fighter, you don't want a lot of muscle. Like Francis Ngannou, no, you don't want a lot of muscle. You want more of an athletic build like these guys have because you're faster.
It's the fast twitch muscles.
You have the functional strength instead of like the lifting strength. Yeah. And the bigger the muscles, the more oxygen that body needs, so the faster your body fatigues.
Yeah.
That's why you don't see bodybuilders or power lifters out there running because their bodies can't handle it that much.
The fast twitch muscles are the smaller ones, and they help you be quicker, but not necessarily look bigger.
Yeah.
So
it
actually makes sense when you think about it.
Absolutely. Yeah, Klein. This was a lightweight bout too, so that was throwing some names in the.
He's pretty tall then.
He is. I think he's 6'3".
Wow. He's a tall lightweight.
He's one of the tallest lightweights I think on the roster, if not the tallest.
Yeah.
So hats off to Klein for getting it done in a very competitive fight. And then Tanner Bowser, who used to be a heavyweight, right? He used to be a heavyweight.
Is it Bowser or Bozer?
Bozer. You're right. My bad. Alexia Camru, is that or
I think it's
Camur?
Alexa.
They don't say Alexa.
You added
Alexa.
Alexa Camur.
Camur.
You like to add those eyes.
I do.
Yeah.
Anyways, Bozer, I think he used to be a heavyweight, if I'm not wrong.
Look at the total. But
he set a record for the most strikes he's landed in a fight and the most he's thrown in a fight.
He threw 253.
He landed almost double the significant strikes of his Serbian counterpart over there. He hit him with some. Kemmer has a chin. He has a heck of a chin because when he got hit with some hard shots, this brother kept walking and kept swinging. He's got a heck of a chin because Bozer had some nasty shots land on that chin.
Oh, this is a question for Wes. Doesn't this look like a super jacked Zach?
Yeah.
There's a guy that works with Wes. It just looks like him.
I think it's the perm.
It has to be that.
The perm.
Okay. Anyways.
Yeah.
It was.
That was a good fight. I
think that was the name of this whole fight card. Just close, competitive fights.
Yeah, because he hit Bozer with some nasty shots too.
Yeah.
I like those fights that get you on the edge of the seat. You think it's going one way, and then all it takes is that split second, that one strike to turn.
I hate it whenever I hate that whenever it's like a title fight though, and I want one person to win.
Or
then
you
I'm
think
like,
someone's got it in the bag or something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought for sure when he was hitting him with them shots, like he's going to go down. But no, he kept coming. He kept swinging. So it talks about his chin a lot. The next fight, which I'm so happy that Diego Lopez got a win. He is the guy that stepped in and fought the guy that
Gavin Tucker's from Canada.
he was supposed to fight. Okay, so Bryce Mitchell dropped out, and that he had to fight the Dagestani or the Russian.
Yeah.
And he almost submitted him in the first round. So, and it made me like Diego Lopez a lot more. Number one, no strikes were landed. Gavin Tucker landed a takedown, which
What? I'm trying to.
He did the takedown, but Diego he pulled the he jumped into
rubber guard?
Oh yeah.
something.
I think it.
I don't know,
Did
but
he-
it was like
he like in full guard and he
he had his
That's right,
he had
yeah.
his leg caught and then he jumped into a
He was kind of in
head and arm
He was
head and arm choke?
He was kind of in a triangle.
leg triangle.
Like yeah.
Yeah,
And then,
okay.
But he was also doing an armbar at the same time he was doing that, and then
Yeah.
he flipped, and
He did a flip,
tapped.
and it
Yeah.
was hard to see the tap, but
Yeah, that one.
the
was
ref
crazy.
was on the wrong side after the flip. So
Also, Diego Lopez, Brazilian, only knows Portuguese, knows no English. His tattoo's in English on his chest.
yeah, it's
When-
weird.
In his post-fight interview, whenever they brought out the interpreter, I was like, "This guy knows English. Look at his
Dream,
tattoo."
what does it say? Dream.
What was it?
I thought I saw it. Is it dream,
Dream,
believe,
believe.
and make?
It
Make
happened.
it happen. Dream,
Make
believe,
it-
and make it happen. Maybe it means something to him.
I mean, he can't read it.
I mean,
I love
he
his
probably
hair,
knows
though.
What it says, but
He has that 90s, early 2000s emo haircut, like the Green Day.
Except no, it's a mullet.
well, he's got a 4-pack. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4.
That's
Well, if you
actually a
count that
mullet.
one right beside his perfect circular belly button, you can see a line that goes through there. Maybe
Oh.
that's 6. I'm glad he got the win, though. He is a crazy submission specialist, and
Yeah.
I was hoping after he
He's got
stepped in
some-
and fought the Russian that last fight.
Some crazy grappling IQ.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, that was
He
a
does.
crazy submission.
Yeah, hats off. No strike landed, but a crazy, amazing fight. All right, this fight, Dustin
I actually
Jacoby.
missed this
This one
knockout.
It was quick.
So good.
I
It
was
was
in
quick.
the restroom.
It was quick.
Yeah.
Dustin, he ate one nasty
Yeah,
shot that
Kennedy
looked
was-
like it should have knocked him
Yeah.
out, but he was returning at the same
Yeah,
time.
Kennedy was just walking him down across the octagon and got caught with it landed right here.
It was a game of who has the weaker chin.
Now, they did say, a lot of people were saying, that's an early stoppage, that's an awful stoppage. Like, the guy he was turtled up, landing hammer
he was
fists, like,
just about to stand back up, but I mean,
he didn't go in for the single leg takedown until the ref stepped in there. That's when he went and he grabbed around the ref's leg. He didn't grab around Dustin Jacoby's leg.
yeah, he was starting to sit up though. I mean, I was saying early stoppage, but I kept looking at it. I'm like,
I don't think it was an early stoppage.
I don't. He was out. He was out for a minute.
You can't turtle up and take like 5 hammer fists, and then when the ref steps in, go for a leg and be like, "What are you doing?" No, dude, you got.
I think
It's-
he woke up pretty fast. He recovered pretty fast.
I don't know if
If-
it knocked
if a
him out all the
fighter-
way, but
If a fighter's turtled up and taking big hits, that is a perfect time for a ref to say to stop it.
yeah,
But if the fighter does start fighting back, then the ref can't stop it after that.
I-
So if he stopped it in that window, I mean, I wasn't there to see it. I was in the restroom. But if he stopped the fight in that window, then it was not early or late.
But he
It
was
was-
turtled up, but he was still moving around. And
Well,
that's the thing.
Was he fighting back?
no, he was turtled up.
Exactly. If he's not
Hold
fighting
on.
back and he's just taking hits,
he
there it is.
let's not say he was completely stationary.
But he was.
Let's see this.
Okay.
Yeah, it's got to be coming up.
Here it comes, right here. Hold on. The closed caption needs to be turned off. Here it is. There it is. Okay, so he dropped him, and then watch. hammer, 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 hammer. See,
He was starting to
he
get
was
up.
starting to get up, but he went towards the ref.
He was starting to get up as if the ref wasn't there, he would. I feel like he could have gotten out of it.
Look, hammer,
Yeah.
hammer, 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 hammer.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't.
He was
it
starting
like
to get up though.
It wasn't like he was coming up for some. It was like he was just.
He was trying to get away.
He was already wanting to sit up, but the hammer fist was keeping him down.
Yeah, here they'll show it again one more time.
That was not early stoppage.
Watch this. Boom, straight, just right on the money. Watch this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean,
He wasn't.
Yeah.
Of course, he was trying to get up in the first place, but
I think he saw
the
the
hammer
ref.
fists were keeping him down.
Yeah, it's 7 hammer fists. You're turtled up. I don't have a problem with that. I think he probably saw the ref coming to step in, maybe, and was trying to get up.
After the stoppage, he was fully awake.
He was fully aware, but man, I mean, 7 hammer fists, even when you're turtled up, it's not a good look. I understand what the ref did. I'm not upset against the stoppage.
If the ref didn't stop it, he was going to land more hammer fists. It was not going to change much.
Yeah, because I think if he would have dropped his hands at any time, got hit one of those hammers, he was going to sleep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm not fine. I'm not upset about it. Glad Dustin Jacoby got the win though. It was. I've told you guys, I was watching it with my wife's granddad. He cheered for every American, so he was very happy. First time him really watching UFC, and he was like, "Oh, American, that's who I'm pulling for." And so
I think a lot of people view UFC as something like bad and just like because two people fighting.
yeah,
But
and
they haven't experienced it. Like they're just assuming like, oh, it's very bloody, it's gross.
I know when he walked away, he said, "I enjoyed that more than I thought I would." So
I think
Yeah.
what people don't get is that these people aren't fighting. Some people are, but they're not fighting out of anger.
it's a sport. Yeah,
They're fighting because they like to fight or they just want the paycheck or something like
It
that.
is a sport.
It is. I see no difference in sitting down and watching. If I watch NCAA wrestling, if I watch lacrosse, if I watch soccer or football, I don't see any different in me watching this. Boxing,
It's competitive.
I don't see.
The same people that would not let their kids ever watch UFC because of how violent it is would be the same people to put their kid in karate.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
When you look at karate is about discipline. That's kind of the basis behind it. UFC is violent. I feel like you shouldn't watch it until you're of a certain age to be like, I can comprehend what's happening. It's a sport. You don't just go out and fight people because they made you upset or something.
My daughter loves it.
Yeah, I mean,
She was also trying to choke herself out.
yeah.
That was because she watched Gunsmoke with her grandparents.
Okay.
That's why she was turning herself
That's
out.
worse than the UFC.
Only thing she does
apparently.
is when she see the girls like flex or like yell in, she'll go like she'll do it
Yeah.
back, and so she doesn't hit or anything like that. So, but we tell
That's
her
good.
not to. So
Yeah, but that would be my only concern. If I was a parent, that would be my only
Yeah.
concern.
I mean,
she
as
and
long
like
as you're
I-
disciplining
yeah.
the child and making
And-
sure they know it's not right.
yeah, and she runs around playing. She doesn't like glued to it like we are.
Yeah.
But anyways,
Oh, let's get back on
yeah,
topic.
hats off to Dustin Jacoby. He got it done. Nice win over his
Try it.
Kennedy
Inzuchuku.
I know we've talked about him before, and I was going to say Inzukuku or something like, but Chuku.
A lot of their names
Injukuku.
around there end in a Chuku.
Yeah, Chuku.
Chuku.
Yeah, he got it done. So, all right, our co-main event. I've been telling everyone, this girl's the girl to watch. Tatiana Suarez,
She's
I
good.
believe, can be the champion. And she showed it last night with her win against Jessica Andrade.
Yeah, after that performance, I believe Jessica went down weight class to strawweight
Yeah, 115.
to where she was doing better.
She was the champion of this weight class. She beat Rose, slammed her, and then she lost the belt to Zhang Wei Li, and then
moved up.
And then her and Rose fought. Rose beat her the second time, so they're 1-1. She moved up after that. Rose went on to beat Zhang Wei Li. They fought again. Rose won, lost Carlos Bart, and now it's back to Wei Li.
So Andrade is closer to the top of this, the strawweight division.
Yeah, so she went.
That just tells you how like good Suarez.
Yeah, because she tapped her out in the second round.
Like even the first round, it was like she just the pressure that she's putting on and the control time that she had.
People call Tatiana the female Habib because her pressure, her wrestling, her striking does need some work. But I mean, she held her own against a very good Jessica Andrade.
Yeah.
So yeah, Jessica moved up, fought for the flyweight. She fought Valentina Shevchenko. Valentina finished her in the third or fourth round. Tatiana finished her faster than what Valentina did. So it shows the level of a fighter Andrade. She might be ranked. She's probably, if you want to go check, she's probably
Tatiana,
ranked.
she was 10.
No, I'm talking about Jessica Andrade.
She was 4.
Let's look at the rankings. I think she's in the top 5. Yeah, I think you're right.
Well, Suarez is a big strawweight.
She is. She's very tall. She cuts a lot of weight.
Strawweight.
Strawweight. There we go.
Andrade.
So she was 10. Andrade was 5. So she'll move up. She'll move up to that 5 spot, and she's got some ladies. She's undefeated, 11-0. But she's got Amanda Lemos in front of her. She's got Rose up there. She's got Jan up there. Carla's not really, honestly, with how good Tatiana's wrestling is. I don't think
I think Tatiana beats Carla.
I think Carla is the easiest matchup for her up there. I think Rose would be hard, which after seeing what Carla did to Rose, maybe not. Wei Lee is going to be a hard fight for her. I don't think Lemos. I don't know how Lemos is ranked above Andrade when Andrade tapped her out in the first round.
Well,
yeah.
she got a win over Jan, right? Jan Janan.
No, not Lemos.
We'll click on Lemos because she had a fight.
What was her last fight?
I think she beat Holly Holm. Is that who I'm thinking of? No, she beat Rodriguez.
That's what it was.
Watterson. Wait. Yeah, she beat Watterson.
She
and
went
Rodriguez.
on a 2-fight win streak.
Yeah.
And she submitted and KO.
And I think in that time that Lemos won those fights, Andrade was at flyweight. So
probably.
Yeah, she'll go up to 5. Andrade will drop, obviously, and we'll see. I mean, she's in the top 5 now. I think she could honestly call for a title fight. I don't think she'll get it. But if she definitely beats one of those ladies in that top 5, she could automatically walk into a title fight. And she's my dark horse. Tatiana Suarez is my dark horse to win.
Why does Alexa Grasso look like... She does not look like a fighter.
She doesn't. She looks like a very sweet lady.
Yeah, and then she's ranked number 1 pound for pound.
Yeah, because she beat the pound for pound.
Yeah.
It
makes sense.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, it's just looking at her, you would never know.
No. She looks like a very sweet lady. Somebody that you would want to have tea with or something. You
just
know?
wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah. Volk is the number 1.
Back of the top. Actually, him and John Jones.
Yeah, but Volk's face
For
is
some
there. That's
reason.
what matters. Volk's face is there. Anyways, hats off Tatiana Suarez. I knew she'd get it done. I thought she'd win by decision, but she got it done by submission, and she's going to be a future female champion in the UFC.
I can see her being the next champ.
Yep, I think her and Wei Lee would be a great
What
fight.
if she gets the title shot?
I don't think she does. I don't think she gets. She has to beat somebody in that top.
Well, she did
top
beat
5.
someone in the top 5.
Well, I think Rose is fighting at 125 in her next fight in France, so I think that puts her out.
Lemos is fighting for the title.
Yeah, so
So you do Carla and Suarez?
do Carla and Suarez. I'm telling you, if you do I think that's her easiest path to the title is through Carla Esparza. And if she beats her, because here's what she can say: well, I finished one champion by submission. If she finishes Esparza, I think she could be like, I finished both previous champions. I think I deserve the title, and she could definitely call
Esparza is also the number 1 contender.
Yeah.
So it makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. So good to see some fresh blood up there in that top 5. All right, the main event of the evening, we had a dominant match from Corey Sandhagen.
I think this is what everyone expected.
I didn't expect Corey to wrestle like that.
It was
not wrestle, but dominate.
heavy wrestling,
Which we've not seen from Corey, but I think he was doing it to prove a state. I think he was trying to prove a point of I'm not just a striker.
I got something on that, but also he grappled the whole time and still had 211 strikes thrown. But he said after the first round, his arm wasn't feeling right. And then in the next round, he was like, yeah, that's like his arm's messed up. And after the fight, he was actually in a sling.
Yeah.
And they said that he might have tore his tricep or something like that.
Hey.
He'll be out for a hot second. I hate to hear that.
Yeah, but I think that was probably one of the reasons he was grappling a lot.
I can imagine how much that would hurt to throw a punch.
Yeah, and I think he even said, he's like, I expected Rob Font to put up more of a fight with the takedowns than that. You know?
That's great.
And so...
I mean, it looked like Rob Font, he kind of had that IQ on the ground. Like, he was threatening some submissions, at least from what I saw.
He got a takedown of his own. But I think Corey, what he's trying to prove is I'm not just a grappler. I am also a striker. Or I'm not just a striker, I'm also a grappler, and so yeah, Rob Font's best round was the 5th, and I had it 50-45, just like the judges did. Agreed with them on that. Honestly, Corey deserves a title fight. I don't see who else you can make him fight before you give him a title fight.
Let's see.
The only thing that they would do is they would put him up against Merab.
So
he's called for that fight, but
in 2 weeks, O'Malley's fighting Aljo.
Yeah, he called out the winner of that.
No matter how that fight goes, Aljo said he's moving up, win or lose. So that means Merab is definitely getting the next shot after that, because I think Dana's been wanting him to get a title shot.
That they're saving Merab.
I think, honestly, because Dana said it's not going to end well for Merab, so it wouldn't shock me if the loser of Aljo and O'Malley fights for the title again against Corey, just to punish Merab and be like, you're not getting the immediate title shot because you could have had it, but you decided to choose friendship over the title.
You know, that could happen.
Because if Aljo win or lose moves up, so let's say he loses, which it's a possibility, Corey's going to fight Sean.
Yeah.
If Sean loses,
I think Sean can beat Corey.
I think that's a good fight.
Is it? No, that'd be good. It'd be
stylistically,
great fight, but
it's
I think
a great
Sean's
fight.
That good.
I would be picking Corey in that fight just because I think he's more well-rounded than Sean is.
You've
I
never
think
seen Sean on the ground.
I think Sean.
I have seen Sean on the ground. I've watched him on the ground. I just don't think he's as good as Corey is on the ground.
Oh yeah, we'll see.
That's fine. I mean,
I bet he submits Aljo.
That's nuts. I honestly,
If that happens, I will go nuts.
the closer we get to this fight, the more I see Aljo winning, and I'll give my official prediction next
You
week.
never even gave Sean a chance.
I have given Sean a chance.
you
I was the
haven't.
one that said that Sean has a good chance to win this fight. I just
I've
don't think it's
never heard
enough.
you say that.
I have.
I've never heard you say any good thing about Sean.
I like Sean. I just don't let my fanness blind me from reality.
You don't like Sean so much you're going with Aljo.
I'm not going with it. I just said.
That's very narcissistic.
Okay,
of you.
first off, I said Aljo would beat Henry Cejudo. I said Aljo would beat T.J. Dillashaw. I didn't think he would beat Piotr Jan the second time, but he did. But what do you honestly do with Corey? He's beat number 6. He's beat number 7. He's beat number 8. You don't want to put him with anybody below 8, besides maybe Umar, which they had, and Umar pulled out. So I think that he shouldn't have to try to rematch
He's already
Umar.
fought. He's already fought.
He's fought 5 through 8.
He's fought a couple guys that were literally like way below him.
Who's his next fight?
He doesn't have a fight, I don't think.
No,
he pulled out a fight.
He did.
Henry can't. No.
Henry pulled out of the fight with
Marlon Vera.
Yeah, Marlon Vera. Corey lost to Piotr. I don't know if you don't rematch that right now. I think Corey has earned the title shot. They might do Merab and Corey because that has been a called out thing. But honestly, if Sean wins, I see them doing Sean and Corey. Now, I'm sorry to say, Merab beat Sean and Corey. Merab's the best bantamweight on the planet.
Yeah.
Let your fanness blind you. Sean O'Malley would bank Merab. No, he wouldn't. Merab would attempt 50 takedowns and get like 10 of them against Sean O'Malley.
Okay. What are you trying to say?
And then
You're trying to say that wrestling
stand
wins.
right back up and piece him up.
I'm trying to say that Merab would beat Sean O'Malley.
All right.
Merab would beat Corey. Corey's probably my favorite guy in that whole division, and I think Merab would beat him.
You think Merab would beat Aljo?
Yes, I think Merab is the best bantamweight. I think he would take that title off of Aljo's waist like that.
I think they're saving Merab.
I think they're going to punish Merab for not taking the title shot sooner.
We'll see, because I can see either way. Because at the end of the day, Dana wants money.
Well, and I'm going based off of him saying that it's not going to end well for you for not taking this fight against your friend. That's what I'm going off of. But you love the guy's named Sean, and I have nothing against him. Sean O'Malley very well could be champion.
Better fighters.
Like, I give Sean O'Malley more of a chance to beat Aljo than I do Sean Strickland beating Izzy.
I think they're both going to be champions. We're going to have two Sean champions.
No, I don't think so. I wouldn't mind it, but I don't see that. I don't see that.
We'll see. We'll see here in 2 weeks.
I don't see it in the reality realm where I live.
We'll see.
Well, don't come crying back to the Sean O'Malley train whenever he wins.
If he beats Aljo, I'll be happy. I don't like Aljo. I like Sean. Sean's good for the sport.
Sounds like you like Aljo right now.
No, I choose with my head, not my heart.
Okay.
I'll say if Sean wins, I will be so pumped.
I'll be happy.
Yeah. It's gonna be a night of celebrating.
Yeah, it'll be.
That's probably the best possible situation for the bantamweight division
for Sean. Well, I mean, Aljo's leaving either way.
Sean O'Malley's the most marketable guy in this column right here.
Yeah, you're right. He does make money.
He's got brand deals. His name's on the octagon floor.
Yeah.
Sweet Sweat. Sugar.
Sweet Sweat. I don't think Aljo does very well at 145. I don't think he could beat Max nor Volk. Honestly, he struggles with anybody in that top 5.
Yeah, I don't think Aljo would do well.
No.
Going up. I bet he goes back down.
He'll go back down, but I think Merab will be champion by the time he goes back down. And I feel like Aljo's the kind of person, like, you didn't fight me, but I'll sign to fight you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He seems like that type of person.
Yeah. And then it's kind of in Merab's court again of, fight me. But, yeah, it's whatever.
And then it'll be like an Usman, no, not what was it? Masvidal Covington thing, where like they were once friends.
Yeah.
And now they're not.
Very well could be. But, hey, UFC Nashville, that fight night was awesome. If you haven't watched it, I encourage you to go back and watch it so you understand what we're talking about and see Corey Sandhagen's dominant win. Let's move on to some news.
That was loud.
It was. What do we got? Okay, so in the realm of boxing, we have Jake Paul defeating
I wouldn't even
Nate
say defeating.
Diaz.
I would say barely skimming a win.
I didn't watch the fight.
I saw some clips.
I didn't either.
And what I've seen, it looked like two low-level boxers just throwing hands. It did not look like... It didn't look very experienced from either one of them. But, I mean, I expected that from Nate Diaz because he's not a boxer.
Yeah, here's the thing is if Jake keeps fighting MMA guys, he's going to win because boxing is just so different.
Nate Diaz isn't technical enough to be a boxer.
No, and my thing is
look at that face.
For when he fought an actual boxer, he lost.
Yeah. Look at that. And he got him.
That is so funny.
That is hilarious.
That is funny. I knew he was going to do something
like that. Look at his face.
He said, I had the single leg in the first and the choke in the ninth.
That's hilarious.
I love that comment. All that steroids and couldn't stop a retired vegan MMA fighter with a genuine million miles on the clock. Next fight for Jake, Royce Gracie. That's funny. That is funny.
Yeah,
which I don't know who thought Nate would win. Like
I had more hope in Ben Askren than I had Nate Diaz.
Whenever I saw Nate shadow boxing and smoking weed at the same time, I was like, he doesn't care. He's just getting the paycheck and getting out.
I mean, it was a nice little paycheck for him. He made over $1 million. He probably made 2 or 3.
And then you see him in all these conferences. He walks out of an interview. He's messing around at the weigh-in stuff. It's like he never took it serious in the first place.
No, I don't think so. And then, yeah, if Jake Paul keeps fighting MMA guys, he's going to win. I don't hate him. He's making millions off of it. People tune in. When he fights an actual boxer, as he did,
He loses.
and that's what's going to keep happening. So you keep your thing up.
And
Just keep doing what you're doing. I'm not going to pay to watch it. I'll just
I
look
wasn't
at it
gonna-
on social media.
yeah, I knew it was gonna be. A lot of people said just a boring fight. Like, people said they were going. They're trying to
I
stay
think
awake.
That's what happens for the most part in these boxing matchups. They always tend to be boring.
And I mean, it was in Dallas too, so it was just down the road from us. But it's whatever.
I saw one clip. It was Demetrius Johnson. He was talking about things that Jake could do, like while the fight was going on. I guess he was like, Jake should be doing this, but he's not. He's just like flopping around. He's not like. He doesn't look like a good boxer.
Not
I was
at
like-
all. So, let's see. Calvin Gastelum pulled out of his fight with Rachmanov, or what's that guy's name? Rachmanov.
Yeah, I think it's Rocky.
Where is that? Where's his first name? I know how to pronounce both the names. His last name is Rachmanov. What's his first name? Starts with an S, doesn't it?
Let's see.
I don't know.
Shumai Rachmanov. I don't know. It's something like that.
We got
Shavkat.
more. We got more.
Shavkat. There it is. Shavkat Rachmanov.
We got more Conor McGregor talking about fighting.
I don't take Conor seriously until he's
Until
in
he signs
USADA.
a fight?
Yeah,
Yeah, you
until
sign
he's
it.
in USADA. Well, we got some other fight announcements. Edson Barbosa is fighting Yusuf
Ooh.
October 14th. That's a good one. We got Rafael Fiziev versus Mazaru Gamrot. That's another good one. I like that one. We have Alex Garcias versus Giga
Giga Chikadze.
Chikadze. There you go.
Chikadze.
That's another one that I'm pumped to see. I like that one. And we talked about Hamzat and Costa last time, right?
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Yes. I think that's all the fight.
What about
announced.
Wonder
You know-
Boy becoming a
Cornhole
cornhole dude?
master?
Dude?
How is that not making the headlines?
I know. I don't know. I was happy to see him out there.
That's your homeland sport,
Yeah, from West Virginia, baby.
West Virginia state
yeah,
sport.
That was a-
cornhole, baby.
That was a Charles Oliveira moment.
Yeah, it's
Seeing
just,
him just doing something else professionally.
he's just casually a professional cornhole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was listening to Chell about him getting paid, and they've not disclosed it. It says right there. I don't know how long ago. Usually Chell says in that kind of thing they'll probably maybe offer him $30,000, but that's not enough. You know, he did his part on the whole. His opponent not making weight. We've talked about. I understand.
Yeah.
I mean, it takes a big man to back
already
down
talked
from a
about
fight
that.
like
It
that.
does. It does. Let's see. What,
So I'm thinking Connor is still trying to get the drugs out of his system. I think that's why he's
If-
not in the.
if they let him fight by the end of the year, but don't make him use USADA, I think that just opens the door for so much.
Do you see the difference between Connor at the beginning of Tough and the Connor at the end of, or to the latest episode?
Yeah,
He slimmed down so much.
yeah. And it is very annoying if they do that. Like, it'll make me lose a lot of respect.
Oh yeah, anything for Papa McGregor.
Well, I mean, he makes a lot of money, but I think at what cost? Are you going to let other people start doing that?
McGregor practically runs the organization. He can get whatever he wants.
It is very annoying if he's coming in with any advantage like that. Honestly, I don't think he beats Justin Gaethje with or without steroids. I mean, I think he loses to him either way. But
Well, I mean, if he goes into his next fight clean, like, I don't know. As long as he's he's tested and like goes through the process properly and is
he is a dilemma that should not be addressed until
till he's in the USADA
he's
pool.
in USADA pool.
yeah,
That's
but he's
draw the line. Everybody
not-
has to do it. Why are you an exception?
Yeah. No, I absolutely agree. That was kind of cool. The Rock bought a UFC fighter a house.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Oh, another one. Francis Ngannou has a new trainer, Mike Tyson.
He's working with. There's that Hadley cut. He's working with him. He's working with him for the Tyson Fury fight. It'd be nuts if Francis actually won that fight. The only guy to beat a boxer. It's no secret
From
about
MMA?
Ngannou 100% in the face-off of champions. The key will be combining his energy and combat skills into punches and using his agility to move swiftly around the ring, then delivering the knockout blow. We're here to win. I don't think Francis wins. Tyson Fury is probably one of the best, if not the best heavyweight fighter of all time. You got Muhammad Ali up there. But you've got a guy, and Mike Tyson, that knows the game. But I don't think 2 months.
I don't understand that, Jeff.
Well, I'm not explaining it.
Okay.
It was very dirty.
Oh, okay.
So a funny thing that happened, did you guys see that a guy wanted a picture with the UFC title and Bilal was standing in front of it and he asked Bilal to step out of the picture and just get a picture with the title? He didn't even know who Bilal Muhammad was. I thought that was hilarious.
That's hilarious. That should just that should lower or make Bilal's head smaller.
Have y'all seen the video of Bilal at like a meet and greet with fans where fans can ask him questions or whatever?
Yeah, it was at that.
It was at that?
Yeah, it was at that.
That was hilarious. Everybody there is trolling this guy. Like, oh, what's I have a question for I forgot the name.
He says Bilal has to be the most hated fighter in UFC right now.
I agree.
Bro's most boring fighter in UFC. Couldn't even finish a one-arm Burns. Bilal, remember the bottle cap Muhammad. That's pretty funny. He beat the bottle cap by decision.
I don't know. I feel that's
Oh, I love the Bilal Muhammad memes.
who's more hated than Bilal?
No one.
There has to be.
Not right now.
I can't really think of.
There's
Not even Cejudo. No, not Cejudo.
it would be either Aljo or
I don't
Not
think.
not even Aljo.
No. Aljo puts on more exciting fights.
Bilal's so it's just such a boring fighter. Yeah.
I mean, I don't doubt he's good.
Yeah, good.
He's really good.
No, he's
but
good, but he's good at just landing more strikes.
He's
Yeah.
probably the worst thing that can happen to the UFC title. If he ever gets the title,
Yeah.
there'd be so many memes.
You are absolutely right. All right, let's move on to next week's fights and our official predictions. This is my birthday card. This card is on my birthday, August 12th.
It's
You
at the-
land right between two good fight cards.
This is not bad. Vicente Luque.
It's at the
It's not-
Apex.
it's not bad, but like
RDA. Khalil Roundtree, Chris Dawkins is good.
Londo.
Fight a few times. Paliana. It's pretty good.
Jamie Pickett.
Jamie Pickett's down there. Oh, she's the tough winner from a couple seasons ago.
oh, we didn't talk about
Juliana
last week's
Miller.
tough.
We got some new people.
Marcus McGee. What a last
Marcus
name, McGee.
Love it. All right, nice. Oh, Cub Swanson. Cub Swanson all the way down on the card, dude.
Okay.
Oh, that's kind of a slap in the face.
Well,
Okay, so the guy that was down there, scroll back down. Damon Jackson was earlier. Is that Damon? Is that how you say
That's
it?
Damon.
no,
Damon?
it's probably Damon.
Damon?
Look at the.
Doesn't say is it Damon or Damon?
It's probably Damon.
Okay.
Or Damon.
No, it's not that one. I
No.
can tell you, it's not.
I think I'm going with Ethan on this.
It's
one.
Damon.
All right, I'm gonna predict the first fight.
We didn't talk about last week's tough though.
Oh yeah.
Brad Katona and his win
And Timur,
over.
yeah, that's the best tough fight I think I've ever seen. That was a heck of a tough fight.
That was really good.
That's what you want to see on tough. I thought Timar won it, but
it was really close.
I could see why Brad Katona won it too.
I had it 1-1 going into 3 because I had Brad winning the first, Timur winning the second, and then the third was just so close. But
yeah, it was very back and forth.
I thought Brad did a little more damage. So,
dude, they were bloodied. He cut him open bad in the first round. No, Connor. That was Connor's dude. That was on the other team, so he chose to go back to Connor's team, and so
Timur probably had the best chance against Brad.
Timur is making the UFC no matter if he wins or loses. I mean, he obviously lost. He's out of competition, but I think he's in the UFC.
He'll probably get a contract.
He'll get a contract. He's good.
They'll sign him anyway.
I like how Islam Makhachev said, I think he he said he belongs in the UFC because he is professional.
He is professional fighter.
He's professional fighter.
Like, okay.
I watched that part of the episode, and he's like, I'm so happy to see my good friend Islam Makhachev. And then he's just like, he walks in, and he's just like, what's up?
Like, hello. It's like there's no...
How's it going? There was like no...
You wouldn't be able to tell that they were friends.
It was so dry. Like
he deserves to be in the UFC because he's professional fighter.
I think Timur will win this fight because he is professional.
It's
kind of like I heard a guy at a meeting on Thursday. He said, "We are as good as we are." As good as we are what? And it was like 15 seconds, and he goes, "Connected." It's like that was a long pause, dude.
I was about to say, that is the most generic statement possible.
We are as good as we are.
As good as we are. ...
That's hilarious.
Connected. Okay. Anyways, I'm going with Rafael dos Anjos on this fight.
I don't even know how to think of this one.
I'm going for the United Statesian.
You mean the United States onion?
Why don't we just say American?
Well,
and I'm
look at this.
And I'm American.
What's up with their website? Look at this. It says Brazil at the bottom, but it says country United States.
Maybe he fights out of the UFC.
Yeah,
or maybe
he fights out of the UFC.
Maybe we are as good as we are. Maybe he fights out of
Yep.
Place of birth United States. Trains at
Black Zillions.
Yeah, that's
wait, no, is that
Baton Rouge, Florida, yeah.
Yeah. No, that's not Baton Rouge.
Not Baton Rouge.
Boca Raton.
Boca Raton. Raton Pass.
Yeah,
Raton,
so
Colorado.
why does it say
Colorado.
So he's one of those that trains USA, born USA, flies the Brazilian flag.
At least Rafael dos Anjos is thoroughly Brazilian.
I'll go for Vicente Luque.
He's got a 5.5-inch reach with three inches of height too. So
man, look at it.
Ooh, yeah, that reach advantage.
I'm hoping it just delivers because this is what I'm gonna be doing on my birthday. Is watching this fight, and my dad will be in town, so my dad will be watching it with me.
Yeah,
Dad is coming to town.
Nice.
Fun.
So yeah, he texted me last night. You watching Jake Paul fight? I was like, I don't spend my money on nonsense. He's like, well,
you're a waste of money.
He said I'm getting it. I was like, all right. He said you can watch on your ESPN. I was like, I'm going to bed after these UFC fights. I thought he texted me. He said, you watching the fights? I said, yeah, I'm watching UFC fights. It's fight night, so it's free. He said, no, Jake Paul. I was like, I ain't wasting my money.
I said, I don't want to give either of these guys money.
No.
You're spending a lot of money just to watch one fight.
I bought the Ben Askren Jake Paul fight. We watched that here, and I was like, that was dumb. Not doing. We watched
the UFC fight more.
We watched UFC fights,
more
and then the Jake Paul.
It was the whole production was awful, but that's beside the point.
What it is. Anyways, watch these fights coming up. Watch Vicente Luque and Rafael dos Anjos. We have a top 15 welterweight battle in our hands here. Follow us on Instagram at Blessed Vines Podcast. Subscribe to us on YouTube at Blessed Vines Podcast. And give us a 5-star review on our episode here across our podcast platforms. And join us next week as we recap UFC Fight Night, Luque versus Dos Anjos, and be here for our official picks for the upcoming UFC 292. Thank you. Have a great week.